this is not going the way I thought it would go. So it happens to be that in some cultures, there are things that have been put in place for people to be kept in check. So if a woman cheats on her husband and the man is aware and he still eats her food, the moment you are up, you are not as if they are waiting for you later. A lot of people are finding it difficult to find partners that they are compatible with. If you just broaden your horizon, your life could turn out a lot more different than it actually is at the moment. Whether you like it or not, to a certain degree, you need to provide for your woman. It's not bad if a girl tells a guy, I'm not on your level. In fact, here's the truth behind this episode. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to the Good Living Podcast. This is Coke Boy, and this episode is sponsored by. This episode is not sponsored. You know when musicians like rappers do freestyle? I'm a podcaster, so this is going to be my own episode of freestyle. It's going to be my own version of freestyle. So I'm going to call a friend. In fact, here's the truth behind this episode. I am ready to shoot. There's a light, the cameras, everything. And then the topic is leaving me. The topics I have, I'm not quite ready to do them today. And so I want to call somebody, a random friend or more, and ask them what I should talk about. And if if I think I have the range for it, then I'll make this episode out of it. So I have a short list of people that I think these are not my best friends or anything. It's just yeah. So let's get to it. I'm first going to call Bado Anyoto Solomon is his name. Let's see if he takes his call. He doesn't like to take his calls. Well, I have to see if he's online on WhatsApp first. Can you see that I saved this number in a certain way? This is too insulting, but I will change it later. See how I saved this number. Is it even ringing? It's not ringing. Unfortunately, we'll move to the next person. My beloved. Oh, somebody is calling me. This is taking so long. But geez, all my chats are showing. Yeah. I'm going to take this call and ask him. Hello, Abraham. Please, before you say anything, listen. I'm in the middle of recording my podcast and I defined topic. So if you have a topic or something that you would like me to talk about, or if you think of them, please let me know. I can talk about them. I know what you're calling me for. We'll deal with that later. I've seen it. So, mm, what? Did you wait, let me call him back. I just picked his call and started talking plenty, and he called me for something important. This is not going the way I thought it would go. Hello, Evi. Alpha. Um, yes, I did, but that's not why I'm calling. Chill now. No, I'm recording my podcast, and you are talking into the mic that I'm going to post out of eventually. So please let our personal business be out of my work. All right. I know they set you up. I just need you to help me with a topic. I have a block. What do I what? There's no limit. Idoma Aleku. Abraham Ajogi, you are an Igala boy, I'm an Igbo boy. How are we talking about Idoma Aleku? Your name is Ajogi Nasamu. Serious? Sorry now, I think say they escort am that time. I don't know say when they go in the same village. No verse. Idoma Aleku na like the punishment for cheating, ba? Okay. This is WhatsApp call for people who don't know. Just make the audience know wetin Idoma Aleku be. Mm. Yeah. Hey, Ariel, we'll deal with Ariel later now. I swear to God, we'll deal with Ariel later. But this thing is. Let's talk about this one first. Don't worry, we'll deal with Ariel. If you call them creepy, it means say you don't like them. If you define Aleku, what would you define Aleku as? wait, make I ask you something. Shena, Aleku is it the demon? Sorry, no, not the demon. Is Aleku the spirit that punishes a man for the promiscuity of his wife? You know what? Fine. I don't think he's in the mood for this. Oh, he's typing. He doesn't want to talk. All right. We'll talk about Aleku. I'm an Igbo boy that lives in Benin State. And what I know about this thing he's talking about is, let me just assure him that I will deal with that girl stuff. All right. So it happens to be that in some cultures, there are things that have been put in place for people to be kept in check. And in this case, where he's talking about Aleku, Aleku in Idoma land is a spirit. Look, any Idoma person in the comment section, if I misquote or if I say something that is not correct, I stand to be corrected. I hope that you correct me in the comment section so people will know the correct thing so that they will not just listen to me and take my word for it when I'm saying the wrong thing. But I believe it is the spirit that punishes men when their women step out of the marriage or the union. And mostly the punishment is death. And I've heard that after, it's not as if once your wife cheats on you, you just go and die. And this happens to Idoma people from a particular part of Idoma land in Benin State. So those people who have Aleku in their village or in their place, those people, when they get married, I don't know if it is when they marry within themselves or if you marry a woman from there, it will happen to you. Or if you marry a man from there, then if you cheat, the man will die. I don't know exactly how it works, but I hope you guys help me in the comment section, the Idoma people. But here's how it works. So Aleku is the spirit that punishes you for condoning your wife's promiscuity. So if a woman cheats on her husband and the man is aware and he still eats her food, he dies. It's not film trick. He actually loses his life and dies as a result of that. So that is what it is. And my friend here is saying it is wrong, it is creepy, and it shouldn't be like that. And thank God he doesn't have the patience to be on the phone with me to argue it out. But at the same time, I feel like I feel like as much as it might be extreme, the idea behind it is is legit. You get the idea behind it is excusable. Excusable is not the word I was looking for, but anyway, you understand what I'm trying to say. So it's like it's unfair to the man, yeah, because it is not you that does the cheating. Had they say, okay, if the man cheats, he dies. It is more like a action and consequence thing. It seems more relatable. It seems to make more sense. But at the same time, from the beginning of time, we all know that man is the head of the family. He's the one that should have his household in order. And if he has his household in order, there are certain things that would not happen. A man who really has his household in order. I remember when I saw a video on Today Nurse page this morning. There's a man that said something that, talking about how a broke man's life is a man that doesn't have money. His daughter is more likely to get pregnant out of wedlock and stuff like that. You do not have control of your household as a man. You have failed. So, in order to make sure that a man has control of his household, there are consequences that have to be in place if he doesn't have control of that household. And the first thing you have to control in your household is the woman you marry. Not control as in press her down, but like you have to be able to you have to have authority over the woman in your house because that's where the family even starts from. And so if you are so careless that your wife can go and sleep with another man and you condone it, that's the thing also, and you condone it, then there's a punishment. So do I really think it's creepy or bad? No. And it's a firm no. It's not one with dark areas. I think it's a good idea generally because it keeps people in check. And it might be unfortunate for some people, but if this is how it really works, where if you know and you accept, you die, then to save your life, you just have to part ways with the woman who has stepped out of the relationship. I think that is not too difficult, except you are weak-willed or weak in mind, and then or you doubt your origin. I don't even know how the death comes upon them, but but imagine it's like thunder striking you the moment you eat the food. Jesus Christ. Those olden days spirits are extremely rash. And this is how God was in the Bible in the Old Testament too. These old things are really, really similar. You know, God is like give punishment in real time. It doesn't really wait and say, okay, karma later, God will punish you. The moment you are fucking up, you are dying. It's not as if they are waiting for you later. So I think that's how it used to work those days. I don't know if it still even works these days. But a lot of my Doma friends believe that it does because they still talk about it. I've heard this thing since I was small. I've been hearing that name, Aleku. Wait, if you say it too much or something, I don't believe in the thing. I mean, what you don't believe in can't hurt you. That's what they say, isn't it? Um. So yeah, that's what it is. In case you don't know, is there anything in your culture that people do or that people don't know about that is as rash as this? Because this is quite rash, even though I think it's a good idea, but I think it's quite rash at the same time. Let me call somebody else that I think might give me another topic. I'll call Callistus. I think Callistus might give me something. Hello, Callistus, how far? Ade, good evening. So, I did in the middle of recording my podcast, but what I do today now, I don't run out of topic. The topics where I get, I don't want to talk about them right now. So, I dey call you, make you help me with one topic where I will talk about live right now as I'm in front of the camera. So, give me something. Yes, I'm not asking for something I will make note on. Just tell me something that you would like us to talk about. Let's talk about it. I don't get 10 minutes. I dey record now. This is rolling. You cannot think of anything. No, no more talk. Give me the topic. You can go and watch your film. Are you... Okay, okay, okay. That's cool. No wala now. Man, no stress you. All right, now, cool, cool. While we wait for him to type, let's try somebody else. This is a lot harder than I thought it would be. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Bam, bam. Aha! My cousin Kachi is calling me back. So let us know. Oh, she says my love. Let me call her. Oh, she's in a meeting, Jehovah. I'm seeing numbers. I don't know why I'm refusing to call them. Oh, Callisus has replied me with something. All right. I guess we have a topic. The dating pool. You know, for most of the people that are going to be listening to and watching this podcast, the only person that I know is not in my demographic that I'm sure, 100% sure, will be listening or watching this is my father. And he doesn't skip anything, he will just finish the thing. But here's the thing, for most of my mates now, this is the time where people are looking for their life partners or dating for fun or doing whatever. We've been an adult for a couple of years now. And a lot of people are finding it difficult to find partners that they are compatible with. And it's extremely difficult because I have an idea. Bing. So I feel like the catchment area in which a lot of people are looking for their partners is really small. And they don't realize that it's small. That's why they don't find what they're looking for. And then they get frustrated and then even some of them even give up. And it is sad to note that if you just broaden your horizon, your life could turn out a lot more different than it actually is at the moment. And people just don't open their eyes to see, or nobody really enlightens them to the point where they realize that it is the sample size that you're looking at is too small for what you're looking for. And if you would just look out and look elsewhere, travel, you know what? I don't want to start sounding like all these motivational speakers that tell you to do things that require money and they do not tell you how to make the money to do the things. But for real, if you are looking for somebody that fits you in a certain way or that has a certain kind of mindset that can match with yours and you're not seeing them and you work in a certain town or city, you don't have a lot of time to travel or meet people, it's going to be really difficult for you. Now with finances, it's looking like it's a complaint from men, right? That finances is becoming a very important factor in getting a partner. And I don't think it should be a complaint. There is perhaps the argument that that women, for example, are becoming greedy or too demanding in what in their requirements for a man in terms of the financial aspect. And there are two things I think is causing this. One, if a man is already upfront with your financial requirement before you guys can be a couple, then you have to understand that the emotions which is supposed to be the basis, like love, that's supposed to be love and attraction, that's supposed to be the basis of that relationship, is not the basis of the relationship. It is money that's the basis of the relationship. And if from the get-go money is the basis of a relationship, then it's not worth doing, because clearly it's something superficial and something material that's the basis of the relationship. And if you base something as important as a romantic relationship on money, then it's going to crumble the moment money doesn't come. And everybody knows that even the richest people have downtimes every once in a while. So it should be attraction and love that is the basis. And the emphasis on money, like I said, two reasons. The emphasis on money will be either one, they do not really love you, there is no love or there's no attraction. They're looking to level up financially, and that is why they have all those requirements for you before they will date you. And two, I believe that I'm just tempted to say how long it took me to remember this thing, because yeah, well, it took a long time to remember this thing, but I remembered it now finally. Yeah. So I believe there are certain reasons for attraction. Let me tell you now before I forget it, is that you might be looking for women that are out of your league. So I believe there are proper reasons for attraction, right? There is You have to have an emotional attraction and a physical attraction, which means you have to love that person and you have to want to sleep with that person. You have to have desire to that person. So if those two things do not exist in both parties to a reasonable degree, it doesn't have to be equal, but to a reasonable degree, then that relationship is going to crumble. And you will even see signs of it if it is not to a reasonable degree in both parties. You will see signs of it if you look at couples. Because even with animals, there are animals who mate for life, especially different kinds of birds and other animals. They mate for life, and animals do not have anything that they do apart from live life, eat, shit, sleep. You get? And we are human beings, we are just animals, just that we have all this extra stuff going on in our lives. And so if you tie your relationship with somebody to one of these other extra stuff going on, then it's going to fade, because there's no politics, there's no positions for animals. They attracted to each other and they mate because of the attraction they have for each other. And that's how it should be for us too, because we are not too different from them. And scientists know this. So the second reason why you would think that a woman is being too demanding for money or as a requirement for a relationship is if you are actually chasing women that are out of your league. Because whether you like it or not, to a certain degree, you need to provide for your woman. And there are women who their basic needs seem like heaven and earth to some other men. There are women who are used to certain luxuries as the standard for their life. And there are other men who shelter, food, enough. So if you are a shelter, food, enough man and you are trying to get with a woman who is used to like other stuff and used to luxury, then there's a mismatch there. You can call her a gold digger all you want, but you are just not the man for her. So we have to find you have to first start looking at your category and your level. It's not bad if a girl tells a guy, I'm not on your level. I mean, it might be condescending when you say it in a certain way, but it doesn't make it a lie. You get? If you're looking for women that are used to a certain kind of lifestyle and you cannot provide that lifestyle, then you are in no man's land. You need to be looking for people that you can provide for. Not necessarily impress, but you can actually provide for. You can provide what they need. And needs are not just food, water, and shelter. Needs are the things that they're already used to before you. If you can continue providing that. So, but there's also the gold digger. There's also people who what their father cannot give them, what they cannot give themselves. They want you to go above and beyond to give it to them. Those ones are different. And if you ever encounter a girl with that kind of mindset, or that's feeling like that, and you know for a fact that this person is not used to this kind of luxury on a normal day, then those are the ones you should run from. That is where there is a complaint that he can register, because it is just wrong. It is not, if you fall into that trap, you'll find yourself losing all your money trying to impress a girl that doesn't even deserve it in the first place. That would leave you once that money leaves, because the basis of the relationship was on money in the first place and not love and physical or emotional attraction. So that's the topic Alice gave me. And I think I've said one or two things about it. Thank you very much for watching the Good Living Podcast. This was a fun episode. It was a very difficult one because at some point in this episode, I forgot something and I had to pause and think for a long time before I remembered it to continue. Thank you for sticking with us to the ending and see you next time. Ciao.